Hello, my name is Hannah Cat Jones, and this is the Hannah Cat Jones Show. Did you catch that? That was such a funny sound. This is my first mukbang. I have never tried this before, so I had people on Instagram decide for me what I was going to film first as a mukbang that I want to try doing every mukbang Monday. Mukbang.
Oh my god, I was freezing.
Sin of Japan smelled so good, and I can't wait to try the sushi we get. It's a grade A restaurant. We solid, we golden. Hey world. Alright, so we went to Sin of Japan, which sounds dangerous, right? Here we have a number 1 roll, a number 11 roll, Japanese eggplant with miso, salmon skin hand roll. Actually, we got 2. Shishito peppers, spicy salmon hand roll. Yeah, I think I got everything. Oh my gosh, it's been a long day. You know when you're like past the point of hunger and you're like, oh yeah, I was hungry like 3 hours ago. Because we went to Tokyo, this other place, Tokyo Boys, and it was lit. Like the sign was cool. It looked like a fun spot to go. But they were closed, and that was only part of the journey. Cause, oh my gosh. Alright, I think this is where I'm gonna begin. This is an epic meal. I don't even know how this stuff tastes. It's like hard to know if you can trust a sushi restaurant in Vegas, but here we go. Pretty salty. I put a lot of soy sauce on that one. This is hard. This year, my goal is to shoot at least once a week doing mukbangs. Definitely sushi was a surprise for the first choice because I don't know. I just thought In-N-Out. I thought everybody loved In-N-Out, but I have to say I'm a little relieved because eating a hamburger is like probably the best thing on the planet, I will say, but I can't remember the last time I went to like a fast food place. Babe, do you remember when I ever ate a hamburger from a fast food place?
Never seen it.
He's never seen it, and he's been my boyfriend for like a year.
How long?
I was so like, oh my god. I'm a little scared of this sushi. I don't know, babe, can you try it? Does it smell weird?
Sure. Which one am I trying?
Any one of them. Just don't block the camera.
Oh, sorry.
You can come in if you want.
That's good. I need to chill out for a second.
Low profile. It's okay. That's what's up. The eggplant. But yeah, I guess like my expectations. I mean, being a model is not easy. It is a weird. I don't think growing up is easy. Let's just put it that way. I don't think. But when you do have to be so hyper aware of like what you eat and you know, how you do your hair and like got to make sure your nails are always done and like this like weird sort of like Barbie reality, and it's kind of like sometimes you just feel like a hanger. Critics. The critics are like flies, and like if you shine really bright, then there's like more critics. Like I think it's just like you gotta laugh at life, and it is like so hard sometimes to laugh. But then when you do, it's like the best feeling in the world. Oh, another thing we're doing this year is I'm turned on right now. Is we're gonna shoot more travel location stuff and go places where this food is inspired by. Like one of my goals this year is to go to Tokyo. Sushi at home just doesn't seem the same. I gotta try this though. The name of this is the salmon roll. I remember it was my sophomore year of college. During the summer I'd auditioned, and then by the first day of school, like 3 days later, it seemed, I was getting notified or like getting a message that Tyra Banks wanted me to come to LA. And it was like so shocking because it's basically now think about like, I mean, probably still Tyra Banks, but like, let's see, who would be an equivalent of Tyra Banks these days? I can't remember where I was going with that. But yeah, at the beginning of 2010, we were shooting America's Next Top Model. And I remember when Kasha and I were in Morocco, and we had both been eliminated, so we were just like hanging out in the hotel like a couple days before, waiting for them to decide who was gonna win, Molly or Brittany. And Kasha and I was like, you know, this is a new decade. 2010 is a new decade. And Kasha looked at me, and she was like 28 at the time. Kasha's a little older, but she looks a lot, you know, like when I met her, she had a great personality, and like she has drive. She's very cool chick. She's probably the one who's gonna get like a good role next. I definitely think I see that coming for her, you know. She works really hard as an actor. And then there's Molly in New York who won. And she's the one who got a wig sewed to her head. That was entertaining for sure. It was Halloween, and I remember Alexandra or Lex was like on the bus pointing at her and laughing, just like you know, just like laughing at someone else like right in front of you. It was so rude. Oh, well, of course, I remember watching when Ali Harvard was on it, and I thought she was awesome. So weird too, but you know, she's gone really far. I really liked Nikki. She was the one who was like the fighter. It'd be fun to talk to her again. I don't think I maybe met her once in person. Here's the funny thing about when you're on something like America's Next Top Model, or like, it's probably the same with like Dancing with the Stars too. It becomes sort of like a sorority where like people who aren't on the same season as you still see around. So you get invited to these press release parties and stuff for like America's Next Top Model. So it's not like you get invited back on the show, but you do get to like be kind of like in the scene, like the current and top. I met a couple of them. One of them was like, I think he was trying to mac on me for a second. I can't remember his name now. Probably not gonna happen. I feel like Anna Lee, I was really rooting for her, which is funny because like a lot of people say I look like her. Like doppelganger. Like one time I saw Anna Lee, and it was so funny because like I felt like because we were both on the show that she'd probably know about me too. But one of the things, like once you stop watching, or once you're on it, you kind of stop watching the show. It's a weird experience.
Did it ruin it?
Yeah, you're like, gosh, the people behind it are so mean or weird.
Do you ever regret it?
No. I can't think of a time that I did.
Mm-hmm.
I always really appreciated it. Like, that's a really awesome story, and it was something really fun to live, and like I feel like it set me off on a really great like trajectory, and you know, I got to travel a little bit, because before that I was just living in Houston and Austin. Like, I was just in Texas, you know. I'd never been on vacation with myself. Like, it was the first time I ever went outside of the state by myself.
What do you think about what she said?
I mean, I definitely think it's about how much you hustle. Like, no one thing is gonna do it for you. And she said she was grateful about it, and then, but like, as far as your career, like, that's a lifelong journey. And I think the more important thing is the fact that she's made it, you know? It's like, yeah, I mean, it sounded to me like the show had nothing to do with her getting noticed by a photographer. It was like photos online. So it's part of her resume. It's really cool, but I don't think that she got it through Tyra Banks, you know, or like that opportunity.
Andy, I love you so much. I moved to you when I met you in Anderson in Las Vegas. So my question is for Tyra. I am smizing as I'm asking you. What do you think about model Winnie Harlow claiming that America's Next Top Model does nothing for any model's career and is nothing but a reality television show?
One thing that I do remember is when I went to One Model Management in LA, and the assistant recognized one of my photos from the show, and I was with like the owner of One, and I'm not sure if it's the same person now, but and the assistant was like, "Oh, you're from America's Next Top Model," or that was on, and he goes, "What cycle are you on? 16?" I was like, "Yeah," and she goes, "You were on that show? Ew." I'm like, just completely dismissed, you know, or downsized the accomplishment. I mean, I got 3rd place, and that really gave me confidence. Like I definitely took off in my own way after that.
She said that on this show.
Did she say that?
Yes.
I discovered her on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like the
Well, I
photographer
discovered her
would
on
have.
Instagram, so, and she's on the show, so what do you think that means?
There you go.
You know, she can't really claim someone's like.
I have nothing but love for my girls, and
Yeah.
my girls come from so many walks of life.
I feel for Winnie Harlow. Like, I feel like she doesn't want to be branded as America's Next Top Model, you know? Like, it is kind of like the kiss of death, I feel like, for some people. Like, it does feel that way. But, I said again, it's all about, like, how you work it. Do you ever do that? When I, like, drink water or something. So then what happened?
Top model on Watch What Happens Live. Did you see that?
Yeah, you know what? It amazes me that people get opportunities and they totally forget who gave them those opportunities. Like, Winnie Harlow is a beautiful girl, but let's be clear. We know her because of Top Model. The world knows her. Drake knows her. Wiz Khalifa knows her because of Top Model. So to like diss Tyra, who gave everyone this huge platform, I think it's really whack.
All right, coming up more with Eva.
But that's because I feel like Eva really did make it as a winner on the show. Like, she was a winner, right? Eva won. Like, she can't talk smack about Top Model because Eva's career did come from that. Like, I definitely feel like, you know, to respect people, you're grateful for the opportunities they give you. However, like, it's a career. You gotta work for it. Like, Top Model is one thing, but like, as far as Tyra caring about the girls, I'm sure at the beginning she cared, but we really didn't see her as much as you'd think. And every time we did, there would be like huge lights around her. It was very much production, and that's fine because I guess that's what reality TV is. That's the part that Winnie's kind of talking about, is that like everything is kind of like in a heightened reality. I think Tyra Banks, and I think they're both right. Like, I feel like Winnie has to do her own thing, and she has to be her own person. Like, we wouldn't want her to lie, would we? It's okay. She's telling the truth about how she feels. I mean, maybe showing some, you know, certain signs of like disloyalty, or I don't know. But on the same hand, Tyra Banks is not very honest herself. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody's just like in that situation. Top Model, what did it come down to? It was for, you know, ad sales and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, at first I loved watching the show because of the photo shoots and the different models that came in, but then it did start to become like more about personalities that like stole the show. Yeah, it's like exactly what YouTubers are going through right now, where like YouTubers aren't really considered part of the artistic scene or like the industry scene of television, film. Like, they're not considered the same type of caliber celebrity, when like a lot of them are more recognizable than like actors on TV that we know, you know? Thank you so much for watching. I know this is a long video. Thanks for sticking through. I ate most of the sushi, so yes, until another day, next time, to eat vegan fast food. I'm gonna try different vegan burgers. That's what I'll do, because I don't know if I can eat real meat like that amount. And follow me at Hannah Cat Jones on Instagram, and I'm on Twitter. I'm just want to be more transparent, and it's so terrifying for me that it's going to take a lot to find my stance. So loud. You're like chewing it, like listen. So, I want to do more content. I was thinking about getting my nose pierced. I kind of want to rebel. I want to have like another wave of like my 21, only it's my 31, you know what I mean? You're just like, I don't care what society thinks. But I look good doing it. Or trying at least, eating my sushi. I like the mukbang idea of doing that and like having people decide as long as it's kosher. But what if like the world was completely vegan? Then I mean, how would you wouldn't be able to have sushi unless it was like all veggies. I'm still thinking about that eggplant. It's really good.